I'm standing here in front of Carreg Castle, built as most or not all of the Welsh castles on top of a hill. The stonework dates to the 13th century, though evidence suggests that there was a wooden castle before that and Iron Age hill fort before that. My name is Sarah Woodbury. I'm here today with my husband Dan to talk about Carreg.
Carreg is one of our favorite places to visit.
Carreg is more like Dan's and my kind of castle. Remote, built by the native Welsh princes. It's on a high hill with a great view. It's got a great history. We're visiting in the pouring rain. And it has a limestone cave underneath the castle, which you don't see every day.
No.
Archaeological evidence indicates that the site of the castle was occupied for thousands of years. They've unearthed 4 skeletons that date to the Upper Paleolithic period, which is more than 10,000 years ago, before the last ice age. There's some evidence that it was an Iron Age hill fort, and they've unearthed a cache of Roman coins on the site. None of the structures dating to those earlier periods are in evidence now, probably destroyed when they built the castle. That first stone castle was built by the Lord Rhys, who we talked about last week. His seat of Dynevor is only 5 miles away, but Carreg was an opportunity to expand the borders of Deheubarth south and east of what he already controlled. The Lord Rhys held on to Carreg until his death in 1197, and then it continued to be part of the House of Dynevor. In 1248, one of Rhys's grandsons, also named Rhys, inherited the castle, but he was betrayed by his mother, Matilda, who was English, to the English, prompting him to hastily come to Carreg to defend it. While he successfully defended it against the English, he then fought with his uncle Meredith, not only for control of Carreg but for all of Deheubarth for the next 30 years. Carreg fell irretrievably to the English in 1282, with the loss of Welsh independence and the death of Llywelyn ap Griffith at Kilmary. The castle was given to John Gifford, who actually led the English forces against Llywelyn at Kilmary. Most of the structures that you see today for the castle are a result of his refurbishment, including this passage down to the cave underneath the castle. It's only reachable by a precipitous walkway and a vaulted passage, the entrance of which is inside the castle itself. Once you get down there, there's a dovecote, possibly a pantry, but the really important thing is that it provided a source of water for the castle in case the cistern ran dry. The passage that this is a part of run down there a considerable distance. Our flashlight wasn't working and didn't allow us to follow it to the end. The cave is actually the setting for the opening scene of The Bard's Daughter, the prequel to my Gareth and Gwen medieval mysteries. I'm standing in Carreg gatehouse. The defenses for this castle were really quite elaborate, particularly for its time. So it has the usual main gate and portcullis, the bits of it which you can see on either side. But then behind me is a bridge system across ravines, at the bottom of which would have been stakes. And so there's 2 bridges across. It would have been incredibly difficult for anybody to get to the main gate of this castle if the defenders didn't want them to. Even after the English took over the castle, it continued to see conflict. Owain Glyndwr besieged it in 1403, though he did not take it. Then, in 1461, during the War of the Roses, the Lancastrians defended Carreg against the Yorkists. At that point, the castle was essentially slighted and made impossible to defend or inhabit. And that's really what you see today. Next week, we're going to turn to Gwynedd and talk about the next descendant of Griffith ap Cynnen to rise to power in Wales, Llywelyn Fawr. If you like this video, click on the playlist or subscribe to my channel. There'll be a new video next week. And if you want to check out my books, click on the link to my webpage.